Yeah, welcome to another episode. Actually, hey, how you doing, folks? Farmer James again. Yeah, I'm starting out kind of slow. Working on my third cup of coffee. Yeah, we still got snow. It was nice. Last week, 40 degrees. The ground was bare. Snow was melting. I was feeling pretty good. But today, cloudy, snow, and I can't play with my bees. So, just saying, wow, all you folks getting a chance to play with your bees. Wish I could be playing with my bees. But I was 2 weeks ago. Remember? Fed them fondant. Got 2 more surviving nukes than I did. And those 2 surviving nukes were added to the other 8, so I got 10 out of 17 that I overwintered. Last year's queens, pure Russians, some carniolans, and enjoy my magic bus. Yep, it's my magic bus. Soon to be my bee storage facility as I create a new place of work for my bee shop. So right now, the apiary is thawed out. There's my garden bed with blueberries. There's the forest next to the shed. And those are the hives. And the hives surviving. And they were bare last week. And they were flying last week. And now they're not. Obviously, because it's 30-something degrees out. Now it's 40, 41. And the snow is melting pretty quick. Snow is getting slushy, and it's getting bare in some places, so hopefully we'll be able to get into my beehives so I can think about making some splits. But right now, before I get into all of that, all you new beekeepers out there up in the Green Mountains, you're working and you're studying about what kind of bees you're about to get coming up in May, because May is usually when beekeepers that are new into beekeeping get package bees, and or later in May get nukes. But package bees typically come up to Vermont from the south in April, late April that is, because we might get snow and we might get a lot, but this wasn't a lot, as you could see. So yeah, we might get some snow. So that's why they ship bees up here kind of late. And that's why I kind of sell my nukes, which I will this year. I'll sell nukes kind of late. Late meaning for you Southerners, mid-April. Well, actually late April, so that's late. Here in Vermont, late April is when we get nukes out. Early May, actually after Mother's Day. So after Mother's Day is a big time for us to get rid of our nukes. Those that are overwinter nukes. And then later on, spring nukes. But for now, I just wanted to show you all, for you new beekeepers, when you're starting to set up your hives, make sure they're level. Because if your hives are level, then the bees will make that comb really nice. So just make sure your hives are level so that when it's raining, or if the snow is melting in my case, you want to have that tilt going forward, okay? So again, folks, just tilt the hives just a little bit going forward to keep that water drip away from the entrance, as well as any snow melt. As you can see, snow melt away from the entrance. Yeah, so Enjoy that view of the beautiful sky. And yeah. So again, you new beekeepers, make sure your hives are tilted a little bit, going that direction, going down, right? A little bit, all right? So keep that drip from going inside the hive. So that's what I do, leveling off my hives. As you can see, I got C blocks and 4x4s. And I'm also preparing new foundation with fresh wax that I just melted, meaning fresh. So I'm wiping wax on my new foundation about to go into my spring nukes that I'll make from these hives over there. So I'll make some spring nukes and from those splits. And then later on, I'll make some more nukes from queen cells that I graft from my really nice survivor nukes with nice traits that I want. So you see tape on some of those hives, and those hives that have different colored tape are letting me know what ones will give me those certain traits that I really want. So yeah. So that's really the biggest tip I got for all you new beekeepers, that nice little tilt. Get your frames nice and re-waxed. If you don't have wax, call around, ask for a beekeeper you may know. If you don't know any beekeepers, look through your websites. I'm sure there's some that sell wax. Locally in your state or in Vermont, there are plenty. So I'm using my last year's cappings and wax and melting that, as well as I did melt some blocks of wax. And so I'll make a wax stick and I'll go across roughly, or, probably depending on how many foundations. If I have 100 frames, then I'll do melt the wax and do liquid wax and then paint those. I'll brush those frames with that liquid wax. So new beekeepers, another tip, get those foundations that you got, the bare foundation, even if it's coated with the heavy wax, because some of those companies sell it. I would try to find some wax to give that aromatic. But if you get heavy wax, that works too. It's just, trying to get them to jump on those frames and dry out foundation during the flow or the nectar flow when it begins in your neighborhood. In Vermont, the nectar flow will begin, probably in another 3 weeks because we did have pollen that's blooming. So we got that going out there. So, so we got pollen that's happening, and that's what is really good. So, long story short, we got that extra tip. If you like what I'm sharing, again, it's Farmer James. I'm up here in Vermont. Enjoy that forest and the Green Mountains. And also, just like, subscribe, leave your comments. Let me know any other tips that you new beekeepers have learned, other than what I'm sharing with you, those quick tips. Like and subscribe, share your comments if you like what I'm sharing. Again, I'm not really playing with my bees. I'm having a third cup of coffee because it's one of those days. It's cloudy, it's rain, it's snow. That's what's happening. And spring in Vermont, like it always does. Spring up here is pretty weird. But hey, I love it anyway because I've been here 30-something years. And I love mountainside beekeeping. And also I enjoy in my coffee a lot of different things, like some of my World Black Jar Award honey, which I am one of those recipients, second Vermonter to win the Black Jar Honey Contest with some of my mountainside honey that I have with my coffee. And I just launched a nice creamed honey line, cinnamon, lemon, in that all-natural whipped honey with my award-winning North American Black Jar honey given by the Asheville Honeybee Black Jar Contest in Asheville, North Carolina. So, join my third cup of coffee, sharing some bee tips. I'm hoping that everybody's having a good bee success. I did lose some bees. That's part of beekeeping. That's what I enjoy about beekeeping. I guess you know what it is? I enjoy the challenge of beekeeping. All right. Oh, I love bees. That's what it is. It's not that I enjoy beekeeping. I love honeybees. I love becoming a great beekeeper. I have been told I'm one of the best beekeepers, so I'm trying to share my success with you so that you can become successful beekeepers yourselves. I'm also sharing another beekeeping tip. If you don't know, get drone frames for your hives. And you'll place that drone frame in the top corner or the middle of your bee deeps. And reason is, folks, because the more drones you have, and this is what I've learned, yes, I know they are might attractors, but the big tip here is that they're really highly needed just in case your hive does swarm and you need a drones or good drones or a fair amount of drones so that you can try to get that queen cell or the new queen they make mated. Well, you got to have a good drone, and that's what I'm studying in my graduate classes under one Robin Underwood at Penn State, and then also I'm in the graduate program at the Cornell Master Beekeeping Program. So I'm just sharing some basic tips. But again, let's not worry about your hive swarming. Let's worry about hive success. So if you have your spring nukes, you have your spring packages, feed, spring packages, queen really is going to start laying for 7 to 10 days, so you really won't see anything happening for about 10 days to 11 days, folks. So feed, add pollen patties to your packages. If you have a nuke, spring nuke, yeah, I'm sure you're feeding. You better feed because you got brood with that package. So feed that 1-to-1. Add some bee supplement. I use Complete. Complete has given me great results. Those 2 deep colonies you see, they didn't really eat a lot of their storage, so they still have 30 pounds plus after a hard winter, long winter in Vermont, normal winter in Vermont. So that Complete is a great additive I did use with my bees. It helped them, and I think it worked. I did not see Nosema in my hives, and I think that was based on the treatment I gave. And again, I don't use miticides. This was an essential oil blend that I gave for health to the colony. So it worked. I'll share those tips with you as I start this new beekeeping year in 2025. And again, yes, people call me Mountain James. Nope, they call me Farmer James. And again, this is Vermont Mountainside Beekeeping. Just sharing a few good tips with you. Okay, so if you got your new bees, feed. Look at your bees. You really don't want to treat your new bees right away. Give them time, folks, for them to build up, all right? Also, give your time, if you're up north, start learning about what you need to do for the bees that will be coming to you, all right? So get out there, ask the questions, join the clubs, find a mentor, do whatever you need to do. Watch me, Farmer James, Mountainside, Vermont Mountainside Beekeeping. And again, just sharing with you the tips in the trade and the love of what I do up here in Green Mountain, Vermont. Farmer James, hey, let me know if I didn't share enough tips. Share your comments. Let me know if I can share some more tips. But I'll be coming back sharing some tips about beekeeping here in Vermont Mountainside. And right now my bees are cold. I'm cold. That's why I got 2 huts. The other day I had a straw hat. But that's what happens in the spring in Vermont. It's maple season time. They're doing their maple thing. Me, keeping my bees warm time. I've given them fun, plus what they already have in stores, and that should really take care of them until next time, folks. Farmer James, have a good day.